Okay. We are going to start with Cody Cunningham with Suns.com and then Kevin Zimmerman.
Hey, Jay, you're obviously one of the leaders on this team, and many of the guys have spoken throughout the year about the voice you have in the locker room. Just when did you first learn how powerful your voice can be, and how did you learn, the right way to be that vocal leader?
Just that everything comes naturally when it comes to leading. I feel like in an NBA locker room, and it just came naturally. Probably my Boston days, I was thrown into that role of being a leader, and it just my leadership comes natural just by putting in the work and letting my work speak for itself first before I even say a word. So I just think it came naturally back in my Boston days, like 4 or 5 years into the NBA, and it just comes from the heart. It just comes from wanting the best for my teammates and wanting to compete as a team at the highest level and put myself and my teammates in the position to do so. So that's what it comes from.
Next up is Kevin Zimmerman with Arizona Sports, followed by Benjamin Steele.
Hey, Jay, I know you guys had 2 really close games against this team in the regular season, and you had that big rebound game. But were those moments, I don't know how much film you've looked at, but were those 2 games growth moments as far as tough playoff atmosphere games with a young team where you saw steps forward?
Yeah, I definitely remember the road trip that we took to Milwaukee, and that was a tough road trip for our team, but we prevailed and we came out with a winning record. So I definitely feel like those situations has prepared us for moments in this postseason, no doubt about it. We were playing some tough teams, and obviously Milwaukee is one of the best Eastern Conference team at the time, and we came out on top. We came out with a win on the road at a tough environment. So those situations definitely molded us as a team to come together and knowing we could play high-level basketball either at home or on the road. So it definitely gave us some motivation and momentum.
Next up is Benjamin Steele from the Journal Sentinel, followed by Scott Grodsky.
Hey, Jay, with you playing Milwaukee this series, people are going to ask about your Marquette days. In your 2 seasons at Marquette, playing with those scrappy teams, defensive teams, and all the talented teammates you had, what about those 2 years prepared you for, you're going on a decade now in the NBA?
Just probably just been I learned how to work when I was at Marquette. I learned how to really put work into the game of basketball. 2 years there, I thought I was working up until I got to Marquette, and that's when I really found out how to really work when I step into the gym. I learned how to make the days count. I think that rolled over into my professional career, and I know how to put work in when no one's looking, and I think it's definitely beneficial for me to take what I learned in college and implement that into my NBA career, and that's what I did. I just put the work in and locked myself in the gym like I used to back in my college days, and let the hard work take care of itself. But I think my Marquette days definitely taught me how to work, and it's always be a special place for me. I feel like I'm going home. Feel like I'm playing a series in one of my hometowns, so it's a great feeling.
Next up is Scott Grodsky from CBS Milwaukee, followed by Evan Barnes.
Hey, Jay, Ben took some of my questions there about the Marquette time as well, but not just the school of Marquette, but the city of Milwaukee. What are some of the memories that you have from those couple of years when you were in Wisconsin?
Well, I've met some great people in Milwaukee. I hold great relationships with a few people in Milwaukee still to this day. So, like I said, it's a special place to me. I've did a lot of stuff within the city. I've been to Brewers games. I've been to Bucks games back when I was in college, and I've been to Green Bay Packers games. So I was a fan by default, and I did my part when I was in the city of Milwaukee of just embracing the love that I was getting throughout the city and that I get every time I touch the court there in Milwaukee as a professional. It's always love. So that places will always be special for me and my family. So, and the relationships that I share with the people still who live there will always be there. So it's special to me.
Next up is Evan Barnes with the Memphis Commercial Appeal, and then I have a question I'm going to ask for Dwayne Rankin.
Hi, Jay. Doing a story on Cameron Payne and just kind of seeing how his journey has grown from when obviously he was in the bubble last year to now. Just what have you seen from just kind of his attitude and approach for someone who obviously had to grind to get to this point now and being in the NBA Finals for him? Just what has he meant to this team? And 2, just what do you see in his journey just, just stands out for just how hard he's worked to get to this point?
Yeah, Cam, the one thing that sticks out to me now is that he gets it. His whole mentality, his mindset is he gets it. He gets how to be a pro. He understands it now. Now that he was in and then was out, and now he's back in, he understands what it takes to be a professional athlete, especially an NBA player. He understands to put the work in. He understands all of that stuff that he went through with a test, and he's answered the bell repeatedly up until this point to get to where he is today. So it's no coincidence that he's fought back to be NBA basketball player playing in the finals. And what he means to our team is, I mean, he does a great job of, first of all, talking and having a relationship with Chris, with him being his backup, and him trying to have a great career like Chris. He does a great job of just taking in all the stuff that Chris gives him, all the stuff that I give him, all the stuff that Coach Monty gives him, and applies it on the court. And I think we do a good job of helping him, but he does a great job of just applying it. That's all him. It's all him putting the work in and wanting the best for himself and wanting the best for his team. So he's special to our team, and he's a great weapon to have.
So I have a question from Dwayne Rankin from the Arizona Republic. He wanted to know how you thought
where is Dwayne Rankin?
Dwayne's with Devin right now. Dwayne wanted, oh, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Dwayne wanted to know what you thought about how Devin and DeAndre have started each round of the playoffs.
I mean, I think they started the way I expected them to, just locked in on their opponent, locked in on the game plan, leading by example and verbally to our group, reading the defense, just reading the game and playing. I think they have done a great job of just being who they are, but at the same time trying to mold themselves into whatever that series or that team is forcing us to be as a team, as individuals. I think it's not a surprise to me that they've came out and performed the way they performed the first few rounds. So I'm happy for them. I'm not surprised at all. They put a lot of work into it, and they're hell of a players. So they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do, and we got to do the same thing again coming up tomorrow.
Thanks. We're going to finish up with one question from Christos Saltas from Greece.
Hey, Jay, hope you're doing well. You are the only guy with NBA Finals experience in this series. What it means for you that, and how beneficial for your team is this situation?
I mean, I'm very grateful for the opportunity, but I'm looking for a different outcome than I did last time. Honestly, that's all fun that I've been here before, but I haven't won anything, so it really doesn't mean anything to me personally. But I use that my last stint as motivation to get back here, to have a chance to play for it all again, to work my way to be in this position. Hopefully it's a different result, and that's my motivation in it all. So it's great to be be here again and be a part of a special team, but I want to get the job done this time.